There comes a... There comes a time in everyone's life where they ask themselves a very serious and profound question. What is Gaucher disease? I asked myself this very question not too long ago, and this totally isn't an assignment for my AP Bio class. I can assure you he's telling the truth. In this video, we are going to explore Gaucher disease, find out where it comes from, how one can get it, and what it does to someone. Here we go. While there are multiple types of Gaucher disease, in this video we will only discuss type 1, as it's the most common with over 90% of Gaucher cases being type 1. It's also just the most easy to comprehend and easy to make a video on. Cleveland Clinic defines Gaucher disease as an inherited lysosomal storage disorder, a type of disease that causes fatty substances to build up in your bone marrow, liver, and spleen. These weaken bones and enlarge your organs, so they can't work as they should. There is no cure for Gaucher disease, but treatments can relieve symptoms and greatly improve quality of life. Welcome to the lab, where our top secret researchers are doing some top secret research. Let's get a closer look and examine what Gaucher disease really is. This is glucocerebroside. It's a glycolipid made up of sugar and fat that's in the membrane of many different cells. Usually, glucocerebroside is part of the cell, but when these cells become old or damaged, they are sent to macrophages to be broken down. This is the macrophage. Inside of it are lysosomes that break down old and damaged cells. Imagine, if you will, that we are inside of a macrophage, and this very nice looking gentleman is a lysosome. Now, this lysosome's job is to break down old and damaged cells. He does this with an enzyme called glucocerebrosidase. This crowbar is a representation of glucocerebrosidase, or GBA, which is a lot easier to say. Now watch what amazing thing happens when I give this lysosome GBA. The glucocerebrosidase broke up the glucocerebroside into nice little manageable pieces. GBA is responsible for breaking down potentially harmful substances inside of lysosomes. However, in very rare instances, a mutation can occur where the GBA gene cannot create enough glucocerebrosidase. This is Gaucher disease. When the GBA gene is faulty and not enough GBA can be used by lysosomes, glucocerebroside builds up inside of macrophages. Don't touch them. Don't touch them, please. These macrophages that have a lot of glucocerebroside in them are called Gaucher cells, and they accumulate in multiple organs, including the spleen, liver, and bone marrow. This disease is very, very rare, and one can only get it if both of their parents, or if one of their parents actually has Gaucher disease, have the same mutation in their GBA gene. Let's examine how someone would hypothetically inherit Gaucher disease. Hypothetical situation. These two parents both want to, consensually, have children. What they don't know, however, is that they're both carriers of Gaucher disease. Now in the present day, they have 4 beautiful children. Nikki, Ricky, Jen, and... he doesn't have a name yet. What they don't know either is that 2 of them are also carriers of Gaucher disease, one of them is infected, and one of them is completely unaffected. How is this possible? Well, when children are born, they are both given one of each gene from their parents. In order to have Gaucher disease, you need both of your GBA genes to have the mutation. However, you can still carry the disease if one of your GBA genes has the mutation. If you have offspring with another person who also has that mutation, then your children have a risk of having Gaucher disease. These 2 gray boxes represents the parents' GBA gene. Now, while 2 of them do have this genetic mutation that causes Gaucher While two of them do have the mutation that causes Gaucher disease, neither of them are actually affected by it. Instead, they carry the gene within them. So, when we go to their offspring, we can see here that No Name is completely unaffected by the disease, as he has the two unaffected genes from his parents. Meanwhile, Jen and Ricky are both still unaffected, but are still carriers of the disease. But poor Nicky, he is affected by the disease. Both of his GBA genes are affected with the mutation, meaning he has Gaucher disease. This particular type of inheritance is the autosomal recessive inheritance. This model produced by my scientist friend is very, very clear, and I think represents inheritance in a much better way. According to BMC Medical Genetics, Gaucher disease comes from 4 missense mutations in the GBA gene. Symptoms of Gaucher disease include, but are not limited to, enlarged organs and organ tissue damage, belly pain, lung restrictions, high blood pressure and damage in the lungs, a low platelet count, because the bone marrow can't create enough platelets, weakened bones, bone fractures without injury, and delayed growth in puberty. Thankfully, however, Gaucher disease does have treatments, including enzyme replacement therapy, where someone is given an IV every 2 weeks that replenishes their GBA enzyme, allowing them to break down lipids. There is also substrate reduction therapy, where a pill is taken to try and prevent fatty substances from building up in cells. Researchers are also developing several new therapies using genetic engineering and stem cell technologies to treat Gaucher disease. Gaucher disease is extremely rare. Only about 6,000 people in the US have the disorder. About 95% of those cases are type 1. While anyone can get Gaucher disease, people with Ashkenazi Jewish ancestry are more likely to get it. Nearly 1 in 450 Ashkenazi Jews have Gaucher disease, and 1 in 10 carry the gene that causes the mutation. How'd I get here? French physician Philippe Gaucher first described the disease in 1882. This is why it's called Gaucher disease, and not the more obvious Gaucher disease, which sounds a lot better. I mean, imagine if this whole time it really was Gaucher disease and I was just mispronouncing it the entire... You're kidding me. This entire time it was called Gaucher disease? Son of a bitch. Alright, I'll be your sub today. Miss Matthews left me some notes for you all, and she wanted to have a quick word with Spencer in the back over there. Spencer, you see me?
Yeah, I bet you thought it was awesome, right?
She said that it sucked, and she hated it, and you failed the class. Yeah, you failed. Yeah, she wants you out right now. She wants you. She's waiting outside in the hall for you. She wants you. She wants to go talk to you. You have to. She probably go up, get out there. You have to go talk to her,
It's just so
I don't know what she's going to say, but yeah, just see yourself out. Yeah, be careful. You're bumping into a lot of stuff there, bud.
Am I right?
Yeah, just see yourself out. Yeah, we'll just, I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later, I guess.
Stuff. Where's the door? I'm kicking the table again. Sorry, guys. There's the door. All right, I'll see myself out. Okay, bye, guys.
Anyway, how's everyone's finals going?